Hey, how you doing? Um, Dads trying to help out other fathers. I try to switch up the different topics, but when different things come alongside, I want to deal with them as they come up, especially stuff that's a steady theme. And one of these is dads in relationship to your child's mother. If you're married, if you're not married, just how that relationship goes, and just try to balance out, trying to be there for your children. And if you're not married to their mother, just how does that dynamic work out? How does it flesh out? And I guess my biggest encouragement is before you become a father, to, if at all possible, make sure the individual who's about to bear you a child is your wife, and to try to make sure she's your husband material and she's wife material. And that's not the way it works out all the time. I understand it. But if you have a choice, choose that way. Try to choose somebody who's not just compatible with you today, but somebody you see as growing as a person, close friendship, that they have your back. And, when you're dealing with relationships, a lot of times there's signs. And as men, sometimes we're oblivious, and then sometimes we just lie to ourselves. So when you see certain things like, I think she's crazy, take that as she probably might be crazy, and vice versa. Sometimes certain people bring out the crazy in you, and you're like, this might not be good. A lot of times, a lot of pain, suffering, and agony can be squashed on the front end if you see that. No, we're not really clicking. Yeah, she might be fine, but she look crazy. Or I might like her personality, but there's some stuff about her. Mm-mm. And vice versa to yourself. You might, have the look, she like the look, but you know that this ain't working out. So it's easy to nip it in the bud before anything happens. But if you're looking at this page, that means you're probably already a father or close to being one. And if you are, you're trying to do the very best you can in whatever situation you find yourself. And remember, scripture is called the law of the harvest. In other words, whatever you plant will come back to you. If you're trifling and you keep planting trifling stuff, that's what's coming back at you. If you're loving and caring, that's what's going to come back at you. No matter what you plant and the degree that you plant it, that's how it comes back to you. So just trying to encourage you in this thing, in relationship wise, to your child's mother, is whether you're married or not married, whether you're together or not together, watch what you do, because whatever you plant, it does reap a harvest, and ultimately it's going to come out in your kid. So try to be as civil as you can with your child's mother, and um, try to always speak truth to your child. And sometimes you might not be able to speak the whole truth, but don't lie to your child. Be honest. Be dependable. When you say something, make sure your kid's not like, oh, it's another lie from daddy. Don't do that. You might feel pressured to do certain things, but ultimately, um, just be a man of your word. Be a dad of your word. As best you can, be a dad of your word. You might not be 100%, but you want to make sure that your kid always knows that if my father tells me something 9 out of 10 times, it's going to happen. I don't have to sweat it. I don't have to go back nagging him. I don't have to go back remind him. If he says it, it's going to happen. So just encourage fellow dads, be a man of your word. Um, Watch out how things are going on. Watch out how you deal with your child. Watch out how you deal with your child's mother, and just try to be there for them, no matter what. All right. And remember, we leave no dads behind, and the iron sharpens iron.